Hello everyone, today's video is going to be a little different as today I am joined by Buck, Vsauce, LDS, and Ancient, and we will be talking about the upcoming Roblox game called Echoes of the Empire. As always, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this video as it not only helps me, but it also helps them because when you do like and subscribe, it actually pushes this video out to more people, which will encourage more people to watch it and then possibly get them more players and more community members, which is good for the game. But yeah, main video purpose is we're just going to be going over the goals and stuff like that, and they're actually going to be showing us some exclusive sneak peeks of the game that no one else has seen just yet. So yeah. I'll also be linking a lot of links down below to their community Discord server, so if you're interested in the game, I highly suggest joining that, as well as their Roblox group, so definitely go and join the Roblox group and the Discord server, as it's like how you can stay updated with the community, game launch, betas, all that good stuff. So yeah, go ahead, go look in the description and take a look at those links. Without further ado, let's get into the interview. Let you guys introduce yourselves. I'll be introducing myself. I'm Blue Ants. I've been a YouTuber for on Roblox for a little while here, a couple years or so. I've been in the Star Wars community on Roblox for pretty much my whole time as a YouTuber. I'm really into Star Wars and I really enjoy it, as I'm sure all of you do. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me. Who wants to go first?
I guess I can. So, hi, my name is Buck O'Ryan. I'm the founder and creator of Echoes of the Empire. I've been on this platform since 2012. That probably makes me sound like an old guy. So yeah, I've been in the Star Wars genre for a very long time. And this is my first time actually trying to make my own product, and I'm excited to show it off.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. I guess I'll go next. I am Ancient. You guys can call me Kevin. I am the CEO of Solari Interactive. We make games. I'm currently helping Buck bring this project to life. I've been on this platform since roughly around 2008, Star Wars genre, 2010, and I love closed community open world games. Right, I live for it. It's my bread and butter. I have several in production. My community is currently on Roblox, 40,000 members and rising every day.
Wow.
And we want to make this. We want to make this game something that the platform hasn't seen before. Right. We want to take it to the front page level while still being a closed community, something that people can come into and interact on a day to day. That I'm a firm believer that the Star Wars genre has pushed Roblox into a whole nother level, from games like from Satos to Sonas to even the oldies like Alpha Wolfie. We've changed the face of Roblox, and the face of Roblox tech, and I want to help Buck here do the same in this day and age.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm LDS. Call me Alec if you want. I'm the guy who's doing the ships right now. These other guys, I'm old. Been on this platform like 12 years or so, on and off. And yeah, I'm here to help make some cool ships. I've been able to do a bunch of different Navy things in other groups throughout the years and kind of see how the ship tech developed, and decided, I can do better. I want to make my own.
Yeah, that's amazing. Cool.
Don't sell yourself short. I mean, you used to run your own genre and you were great. So
yes, for a little bit I did run my own, but that was a long time ago.
Very cool. All right, last but not least.
Hey, I'm a Sleep co-owner. Been on this genre for too damn long. and I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Perfect. All right. Anything else you guys want to say before we get right into it?
No, man, let's get into it.
I think
All
we're
right.
good.
All right, perfect. So, question 1.
Originally, we were trying to figure out what timeline and what area we wanted to do when we were developing this idea before it was called Echoes of the Empire. And at first, we thought about doing Clone Wars, and it's kind of saturated. And then I reached out to a lot of my friends, and one of them who is on our management team, but he couldn't make it, OzVD. He's very good at Star Wars lore, and he knows a lot about what he's talking about. And I spoke to him a lot, and we decided on doing a post Return of the Jedi set in Legends, because right now on the platform that I've seen, and there's probably one that I'm missing, or other communities that I guess I haven't interacted with set in this era, but I don't see a whole lot. A lot of the stuff I see is either Clone Wars or GCW, and I think that this is like an untapped sort of era. As for
Yeah.
I get like our main goal was like we want to create like a Star Wars experience that the main purpose was to like deliver a new take on this type of Star Wars genre, and we want to like accomplish a sense of like player agency, whether that be like creating your own character or taking part as a limited lore character. We're trying to feature multiple ways for your character to flesh out with their own story that happens in game with dynamic events such as like bounty hunting, personal and faction missions, and a lot more that we want to share soon that we have to finish up to get them out for this month.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
Perfect. Anyone else want to jump in?
Yeah, basically just like you said, the ultimate Star Wars experience on the Roblox platform, right? A lot of people, a lot of things I've noticed about the genre is a lot of games come out, they're fun for a while, they run the same routine, no real progression other than the controlled sandbox that the players are given. We want to expand upon that. We want to make it something where it doesn't have to be a waste of time. It can be fulfilling. You can come play with your friends whenever you want to, and there is still progression and still a story behind it. All right, when I see these communities, I see a story made by the players for the players. The lore is dictated by the players, right? If something happens in game, it's lore, it's accurate, this is what's going on. And that's what I see Echoes of the Empire as. And Buck's take on it has been brilliant. From the timeline, it allows the players to grow out and expand in a direction that's probably haven't been seen on this platform. Yes, I know a lot of people have done this time period before, but I haven't really seen anyone do it successfully.
Perfect. Any last comments? Anyone else want to jump in before I move on to the next part of the question?
No.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
I know
what
LES
does-
is here just to show off his space system, so.
Okay.
That's what I live for.
Yeah. So I guess
Interactive, in-game Star Wars experience where the things that happen in game, like Ancient said, actually happens part of lore. And we want a way to where, yes, we're going to have a lore team, but the lore team doesn't have to watch over every single event and say that this is what happened, when it can just happen dynamically throughout events in the actual game.
interesting. Yeah.
That's the word. Dynamic. Dynamic is what this project is. Yeah, dude, and the way it's being set up, it's that experience most communities have been striving for, but just can't get right because of the constraints and development, limited resources. So we want to put everything behind this one project here.
I know, but if there's anything else you guys are thinking.
Well, to
Fine.
add on to that one, I'd say the setting and the time period.
Yeah, I agree.
It's rarely been done.
Yep.
I can't
I
think
would
of any
agree with
other active New Republic groups going currently. So
Yeah, just to put everybody out there, so if they've read the Rogue Squadron novels, that's the first novel with the Wedge Antilles. That's kind of where we're starting, is around 5 to 6 ABY. So it's not directly after Return of the Jedi. It's got some time, but I think that during this timeline, it enables a lot of these custom characters and people that they're going to create on their own to flesh out and become their own custom lore character that takes a big part in the galaxy. As for like what sets us apart, I would say a lot of our systems haven't really been done in the genre. Like we have a really good AI system that we've been showing off a little bit in the Discord server with, and we're going to have roaming NPCs to bandits to droids as well as quest givers. And I think it's very important that we put out the fact that a lot of the stuff that we're doing is made with custom assets. I have burnt a very large hole in my wallet making sure that 99% of the things that we use for EOTE is it's custom, and the 1% that isn't is set to be replaced. So
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
I think
Anything
to
else?
expand on that too, just the game will feel alive even if there's not a full server of actual players running around.
Yes.
Yeah, with
that's-
that AI and quest system, the
Yeah.
game will feel alive even if you're playing by yourself.
That's certainly one of the things I'm looking forward to most is like the interactiveness of the world, not only just the players. I think that
So I originally got the idea to have like and it's not like my idea, but to have a game that seems active with a low player base. I had a Night's Watch group that I made a while ago, and it was just with me and a group of friends. We had a wall set up with, and it had this really bad AI system for the wildlings, but it was just fun roaming around knowing that there's things out there that's actively moving around the map that could hurt you, and to have like your own dynamic events like camping out at the Fist of the First Man and that type of stuff. I have a buddy Volkmar who he's going to be joining in with a genre too that was there for that, and he's brought up a lot of the ideas that we've implemented here, so I'm looking forward to you guys experiencing it as well.
yeah, very cool.
And speaking of moving around the map, have you ever moved around the map in a fully interiored Star Destroyer? Because
That is
you
true.
can do that in this genre.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
If you'd like, I can share my screen and show off some of the systems in place.
Yeah, of course. We'll definitely get to that. I feel maybe one more question, then we can get into that fun stuff.
Like management Discord, but there's been a lot of things that get brought up, and it's like we all have our own varying ideas how it should go, and the main thing that we talk about is we have to put it out in the beta and have the community's feedback and have them decide how we're going to go further. Like for example, we're still deciding on inventory loss, like if you want to do just the things you have quick slotted, or if you just have certain items in your inventory that you'll drop on death, or if we're not going to do that at all. It all depends on community feedback, which we're really excited to get to the beta, hopefully at the end of this month, and get that rolling and get the feedback that we need to actually start finishing up some of these systems. I know I intend to have a suggestion channel. I know a lot of these genres have those, and a lot of them get ignored, but me and my development team will definitely go through that. And also, I intend on hosting like I know Discord has the stage feature, so I will be hosting like my own monthly Discord calls in the community server that we're gonna link, where it'll allow members to speak with me one-on-one and get their own feedback. Because I think that's very important that we get everybody talking about what they want to see. Because at the end of the day, it's the game's for them, not for me. So
Yeah, of course.
Yep. That player.
Lots of Discord interaction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Discord interaction or even feedback in game too, believe it or not. We're setting it up so that a lot of the systems we make, and I know Buck's probably going to touch up on that, but a lot of the systems that we've been making have been with that sole, hey, players get to control the direction of the game, right? Although we do have a lore team, it's a very limited involvement, very, hey, here's what I'm going to do. And it happens. A lot of games don't have the ability to do that, and I can say that's one thing we're proud to say that we do have here.
yeah, that's definitely like a big point with EOT and having them have their own interactions. Now that does not mean that people can do anything they want. Obviously, like there has to be a certain limit to within the lore, but weapon, then you can do it. Is what we're trying to go for. Now it's not going to be 100%, but we're going to do our best.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So what I've got here is I've got 2 players simulated on my machine here, and what this is very loosely a Star Destroyer. Now,
Very cool.
Star Destroyers are huge ships, right? So you've got your bridge. You're going to have things like meeting holes, rally areas. There's a brig somewhere on the map that's kind of planned out, but not built up yet. But what we do have is the scripts. So let's start with, I guess, kind of the boring one. Here's a ship. It's an Imperial 2 Star Destroyer called the Buck, named after our local community manager here. And as you can see, it moves. Pretty neat. Yay.
Wow, that looks good.
So I'm going to lock this, and I'm going to jump over here and show you what's a little bit more interesting. So everything we do with the ship system, I'm thinking, how do we turn this into a fun game, right? We want to balance the strategy, but we also want to balance player interaction. So this is the engineering console.
Oh,
Currently, the Star Destroyer has 23 hard points on it,
I see.
all of which you are able to manage the power for. So in the mobility section, there's 3 types of mobility. We have forward thrusters, and you can see I can increase or decrease the power here. If I set it to 0, the ship's going to stop,
Okay.
which it has stopped, but can't really see it too well right here.
Mhm.
But I'm just going to go ahead and bump this up to 70. Then we also have the gyroscopic thrusters. These help you control your turn rate.
Wow.
And finally, you've got the engines. The engines actually increase or decrease your acceleration. So you saw how quick I was going previously. Let's go check this again.
Yeah.
So you can
there's
see that the acceleration is massively changing here. And
Notice.
ignore me as I ram into these little dummy ships I've spawned for us to blow up. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop here. And you can see here, this UI is temporary on the pilot. I was trying to get it done today. Unfortunately, something came up.
Yeah, that's fine.
But some of the other stuff's a little cooler.
It's still
So
better than
let's-
some of the stuff I've seen in the genre, man.
Yeah.
True. So we also have guns, right?
Oh,
So there's a lot of different guns here. Let's start with the big one.
okay.
This is the octuple turbo laser cannon. You can turn it, you can aim it. It shoots. Oh man. I need to turn that volume down. Hold on. And yeah, that's your main gun. But you can actually control multiple guns because we realize that player count is going to be limited. So in theory, let me aim here. I'm a bad shot. It's going to be a skill for players to kind of become gunners in their own right. You can see that we're firing 32 turbo laser shots here, each of which does, a good amount of damage. But we can make it do more damage. And how do we do that? Well, we go to the engineering center, and we increase the power to all of these guns. And you can see on the left as the power increases and decreases, you can see that little yellow bar going up and down.
Yeah.
And that's going to determine just how much damage it does. Each gun has a min and a max damage. And below a certain threshold, it just doesn't work at all. Like if I set this guy to 0, you'll see that only 3 of my guns fired. I bring him back up, and he also fires, and now he's on a different cooldown. So, and you'll notice that I'm shooting at this little ship here, and I'm actually hitting the engine. And I need to hit it a few more times.
Thank you. Wow.
There we go. And you can see here that what has happened is something called an engine kill. This means that this ship is no longer able to move, and some other things have happened to it. Like, for example, it can now be boarded, which I'll show off a little bit later.
Ooh. Cool.
So we got those. There's also different types of guns. This ship also has ion cannons. They don't do a whole lot of damage to hull, but they will do a lot of damage to shield.
Mhm.
Let's see. There's also, We've got the turbo lasers. You know,
Yeah.
kind of your more focused. They shoot faster, do less damage, but you know you can actually aim them pretty well. And finally, what's kind of fun is we have the heavy laser turret,
Ooh.
which is designed to be anti-starfighter. And this one's on the bottom of the ship. You can tell because you know it's down
It's
here.
upside down, yeah.
But yeah, let me kind of show you that. So speaking of anti-starfighter, we do in fact have a starfighter system.
Wow.
So you can see here that I can go down to the hangar. You know, I won't actually be able to jump down in the real final model, but for now I just jump down. And each, well, I won't say each, but this ship has a complement associated with it. It has 24 TIE fighters, 6 Lambda shuttles, and 12 TIE bombers. But I'm just going to show off the TIE fighter for now. So I go over here, and then I walk up to my little ship, and I hold E.
Yep.
Then I'm in.
Wow.
And you'll see that now, look, you can see me. Well, it's almost impossible to actually hit this thing. It's too small. But these type of turrets have a lock-on system.
Oh.
So you can see on the right, I'm warned that an enemy lock has been acquired, and oh, there goes the TIE fighter. Womp womp. Starfighters also have that kind of lock-on-lock system.
Okay.
It's kind of hard for me to actually pilot 2 ships at once, just because
Yeah.
I'm bad, but it can be done.
Okay.
What else? Oh yeah, so you can fly a starfighter, very cool.
Mhm.
But one of the issues I used to see in the Navy genres across my time on this platform is that communication is just a massive pain in the butt.
Mhm.
So large ships have a slot called the flight commander.
Mm.
What does the flight commander do? Well, he gives fun little orders. So let's say I come over here and I get in my little TIE fighter. Quickly pop in. And I'll explain all this in a second here. But for now, yeah, you can kind of see me. I'm hard to see. But this is me. And I'm unsorted. But I have 5 squadrons that I can give orders to. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put them in Squadron 2. So this is now TIE Fighter 2-1 indicated down here. This is your call sign. For Republic ships, you might show up as like red 1, gold 1, yellow 1. And for civilians, they're currently shapes. So if you want to be Rhombus 17, you can be Rhombus 17. So now that I've done this, I have a couple of abilities down here. For example, I can order my ships to all focus on full throttle, which will increase their speed.
Mhm.
Whoops, gotta select the squadron. And so it's a little hard to tell here, but I am actually getting a pretty decent speed boost from this.
Mhm.
Or I could give an order. So let's say I want people to attack enemies in this location.
Yeah.
All of my squadrons are going to be given this order, or I can just select 1 or 2.
Okay.
I can also do things like target ships.
Wow.
And it'll say destroy this ship. Or if I really want to get granular with it, I can even go so far as to target a hard point on a ship.
Whoa.
And you can see now I have an order to destroy this quadruple laser turret.
That's
Which I guess I can also kind of mention here, every hard point is able to be destroyed. Everything has health. From the shield generators on top of a ship, to the turrets, to the engines, to the tractor beam, which I'm excited to show off here pretty soon. But how do I destroy it? Well, I use the starfighter. I think that right now I've got, yeah, so this is the twin ion cannon, or twin laser cannon, my bad.
Okay.
I can also do a little bit of power mini-gaming on my starfighter. So I can bump all of the power up to max, I can bump the engine up to max. Or, you know, if I'm feeling scared, I can basically turn off my guns and give myself a decent shield, which you can see here just kind of for aesthetic purposes. So on starfighters, they have 2 shields, forward and back, red and yellow. So that you can kind of angle your ship to maximize the amount of damage you can take.
Cool.
But I don't really care about that. I want to show you how to kill stuff. Let me slow down here. Because you can crash, and crashing stinks. So as you can see, I'm doing decent damage to this thing. 105, but I want to do more damage. So I've also added the ability for ships to have multiple weapons.
Okay.
For demo purposes, this TIE fighter has proton torpedoes, which, as you can see, do 300 damage as opposed to like 12 to hard points.
Nice.
but only 100 to ships.
I
Oh,
see.
please. There we go. And now that turret is dead. It can no longer be used. It's smoking.
Okay.
So yeah, very fun, very cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
that's
put this
great.
guy back. Because guess what? There's much more. If we got the time for it, that is. If there's other things we got to get to, I can kind of leave it at this, or I can show off the tractor beam.
Yeah. You
Man,
can
I
shut
just
the
want to
tractor.
stay and watch.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
LDS has kind of gone above and beyond what I expected of him to do here, and I'm very thankful that he decided to join up.
Yeah. Of
So,
course.
What can I say? I'm a big ship nerd.
and I know
looks
you are.
amazing. This looks great.
Let's see what else. This will disappear in the final version, but for
Okay.
testing, I keep it up.
Yeah, so all the models, everything that's being shown is subject to change. Like, I mean, it's going to change. It has to change. We just have to
Yeah.
get them modeled. We're just getting all the scripting done and everything set up before we go in and model everything.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So you might notice that a Star Destroyer has 2 shield generators.
Yeah.
Well, we really wanted to model the fact that these are important things you should really protect.
Okay.
So, how do we do that? Here's the shield UI.
Ooh.
So you can see that currently, for demonstration purposes, every ship has 4 different shields. You have your forward shield, your port shield, your starboard shield, and your rear shield. These values change constantly based off of pretty much how much power you've allocated to each shield generator.
Okay.
Currently, it has like a negative 147,000. That doesn't actually mean anything, but for demonstration purposes, I let it go negative.
Okay.
But I can put all of my power into the forward shields.
Mm-hmm.
And you see here, now I'm gaining 250-ish power per second. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you see this red bar. That's because I have not allocated all of my power to the shield generator. If I do that, suddenly I have more stuff to play with. And this is really the crux of what I am trying to accomplish here with the strategic combat. You're not going to have enough power to put everything in your shield and your engine and your guns and your starfighter command and your tractor beam and everything.
Yeah.
So it's going to be up to really experienced players to really master the system and act as officers in order to figure out kind of how to best distribute power, where to put players, that sort of thing. But for demonstration, I'm just going to dump everything into the forward shield.
Okay.
And so now, if I were to, you know what? Here, I'll grab another starfighter for this part. If I were to go and shoot the forward part of the ship, the shield would block it, and I would be ineffective.
Okay.
So here's the shuttle. Shuttles are fun because they actually are able to hold passengers.
Oh. Well, that's the whole
So I can
point
go
of a
down there. I
shuttle.
can get in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
With this little guy over here, I'll drive. And so both of these guys are then going to spawn out here into the real world.
Very cool.
And then if I try and shoot the forward part of this, oh, that's right. It's currently set to like negative -1 billion. Let me fix that here. Moment. Part of the ship, you're going to see that it's actually going to be blocking it in the air before I can actually get there. Eventually, if I kept shooting it and I wasn't in a shuttle, I'd be able to kill it. But unfortunately, I don't really have that ability in this thing. It's just too
Very
weak.
Cool. Yeah.
I believe that I'm able to go over here and dock. Although, admittedly, I was just working on the docking feature right before I hopped on this call. So let's see. Well, you usually can, but just a moment as I do a little bit of magic here. Looks like it's not going to show.
Okay.
But basically, you're able to fly up to these ships and you're able to dock if a couple of conditions are met.
Okay.
If it's an allied ship, you can always dock and it'll go back into the complement bank. If it's an
We
enemy
do
ship, you
have
can only
a
dock.
we
What's up?
do have like an animated GIF that we can show you of it happening later
Okay.
on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I can probably send a GIF later too. But
Yeah,
if you're in an enemy ship, you can only dock in these big capital ships that have a hangar.
uh-huh.
If you are docking with a ship that is not moving and where the shields are not up, so if I can draw a line from my shuttle to this hangar and not hit a shield, I can board it.
Okay, cool.
But so if I crash, me and the passenger will die, and we can board the hard way. Uh-oh. Hold on one moment. Still a work in progress.
Yeah, of course.
Let me reopen this real quick. But I guess while this is relaunching and I show you the tractor beam,
Okay.
any questions that I can answer?
Not currently. This looks great. I mean, I don't know. I'm very excited. Yeah, I don't know.
Elias, did you want to explain how Star Destroyers and big ships are 2D planes, and then how starfighters are going to be 3D? Pretty much.
I wasn't going to tell them that part. But yeah, basically, big ships are not going to be able to move up and down. They just move left and right,
I
and
see.
that's for a couple of reasons. But the biggest one, honestly, being balance.
Yeah.
I don't want to worry about sticking 32 guns on the bottom of a Star Destroyer like they do in just because that's kind of a pain. But here we have a tractor beam.
Mhm.
And so what a tractor beam does is based on a couple of factors, like if the ship is too big, it won't work, or if the ship has shields, it won't really work. But I can fire my tractor beam
Yeah.
and lock onto smaller ships, right?
Okay.
When that happens, the pilot of the ship is given the option, I hope. The bridge is blocking it.
Yeah.
But as soon as I finish turning, I will get the option to board the ship.
Oh.
And then once I've clicked this little board button,
Uh-huh.
it's going to get angry at me because I added some security checks.
I see.
But what usually happens is that this little teleporter here will open up, and
Yeah.
you'll be able to teleport onto the enemy ship.
Very cool.
Which I'll send some gifts over to you later with that.
Okay.
So besides that, there's a few more features I'd like to add.
Yeah.
Those being, I want a system where you're able to call people on enemy ships,
Uh-huh.
just in game, so you can talk to them, not through voice, but just through a little text box.
Yeah.
And also hyperspace and some other fun stuff.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So in a nutshell, that's the ship tech. Right now we've got 2 ships planned for the Imperial remnants, those being the Star Destroyer and the Lancer frigate, the little ship that this little thing. This one can be crewed by like 2 people.
Yeah.
While a Star Destroyer, you're gonna need a pretty big group.
Yeah.
They're gonna be pretty hard to get in the game. Very few. Losing one's gonna be kind of painful. But on the other hand, it's a flying fortress.
Yeah.
Most ships won't really be able to stand up to it in a prolonged fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a nutshell, that's the ship tech.
Very cool. That looks amazing. I'll be honest.
Yeah, happy to answer any questions. Oh yeah, and bombers. That'll be a thing.
Very cool. Yeah, one question is, are ships gonna be able to go from like a space map to a like planet map? Or is it
The
strictly
question everyone wants to know, and the answer to that is yes, asterisk. So ships below a certain weight class are going to be able to enter the atmosphere freely,
I see.
but for big ships like a Star Destroyer over here, you're
Yeah.
going to need to get a member of the lore team to approve your request to enter the atmosphere, and only one capital ship will be able to be in atmosphere at a time.
I see.
And that is for
because-
performance purposes. Yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
You don't want like 50
because-
Star Destroyers over one planet.
Well, actually, I've tested, and 4 or 5 Star Destroyers shooting in a game is completely possible. The
Oh,
issue
okay.
comes from the fact that these are just really, really small Star Destroyers. If you see, this is the size of a character compared to the ship in space, but in the actual planet, Star Destroyer might be this big, and now we have problems.
Mhm. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, in general, answer to that question is yes, with exceptions.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm very excited to play around with the ship system whenever I'm able to. This is gonna be amazing.
Hopefully by the end of this month.
Yeah,
We'll
see.
hopefully. All right. Do we want to get back into questions?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
Man,
All right.
sorry, I'm blown away. I'm blown away, LDS. I'm still blown away by
Yeah,
this ship
I know,
system.
right?
Yeah.
There's more I want to do. I want to set up some networking stuff, run a server to get some like nice dynamic travel lanes going. But that's a
Yeah,
that's
I've
a
known
later thing.
LDS for years, so I definitely reached out to him when I was making this project, and I'm just glad he hopped on.
Yeah, sounded fun.
I'm glad.
I was trying to show off some of the NPC systems right after you, first and foremost. But I'm not at my main PC, so I'm just like, God no, that'd be a perfect time.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Well, I can
So
answer that.
yeah, so Ancient has his own development team with Solaria Interactive, so I'm gonna let him do it.
Okay.
Well, first of all, my biggest thing is full transparency with the status of the game, right? Even right now, pushing this game out is a huge task, but we have multiple people on it, right? Multiple modelers, multiple scripters. If something needs to be replaced or added, typically have somebody that can fill in. And truthfully, full transparency, right? The way we're making the game is we're breaking down the game in sections. So that way, the core gameplay is already established, right? Once that's done, there's no going back. Say anything else that would delay the game would really just be extra cosmetics, new armor set. But honestly, even then, that wouldn't be realistic, right? Um, but yeah, I want to go towards the route of full transparency with the community. Like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're doing to fix it, if needed. But so far, we've been on the right track. Um, and most everything has been made, or if not being made currently. It's just a matter of putting it all together.
Yeah, Blue Ant, I'm gonna send you a bunch of like stuff to put in the video.
Okay.
If you want to like show off, like we have our Morris, the maps, some of the systems. I'm sure Ancient will probably end up sending you stuff. I know LDS is going to. So at the end, like it's not just a space game. Like I know it's what
Yeah,
we've shown off,
yeah.
but we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, of course. I'll be sure to include that stuff.
Yeah, so I'll hop on this, then I'll have Ancient chime in at the end. Like, so we want to balance both realism and gameplay purposes. Like, yeah, we have systems that can be seen as realistic when it comes to combat with our first-person weapon system, but we also want to preface that this is at the end of the day a Roblox game. We will not be putting in like systems where you need to manually reload all your weapons, and it takes 5 minutes to do so. Like, there is a time and place for that. However, if we want to have a broad audience, we can't force too much realism to the point where it's just a headache to even go out and do one bounty hunting mission. But however, I think we have systems that will like make everybody happy. We have our bounty hunting system that's integrated with our NPC system that's also integrated with our mission system. And you have individual missions, and you have NPC mission or faction missions that are ran by players and like the faction officers. We're gonna have NPCs that will interact with the character, and like for example, Ancient showed this off to us, and we'll send you it later. We have a
Okay.
quest giver that has a time limit, and however, if you attack said quest giver, the quest will just fail. And so, I think that overall, I think we're gonna have a good gameplay loop where it's not just you're gonna go in game and it's Battlefront 2 heroes versus villains. You're sitting in an empty city and there's nothing really happening.
Yeah.
No, we want to make it to where it is an interactive game. At the end of the day, this is not just a Star Wars skin over an arena fighter. We want to make it an actual game. As for like the actual Star Wars feel, I have a very good lore head, OzVD, which you may know. He's one of the most knowledgeable people that I know when it comes to Star Wars, and
Yeah.
he might think that he annoys me sometimes by correcting our decisions in favor of lore accuracy, but I do take his feedback and make sure that we stay on course for a realistic Star Wars experience for the timeline within the confines of the time that we're in with Star Wars. And I think that I'm glad that I have somebody like him that will step up and say, well, this isn't correct or not like that. Like I'm thankful that he's on this team. He couldn't make it here, but I'm very thankful he's on this team.
Yeah, of course.
Well, one of the biggest things too with how the gameplay works is how interconnected everything is, right? Buck touched up on the quest giver. The quest giver can be ran by a lore team. It's not a, hey, you go ahead and it's not just fetch quests, right? The NPCs will fight back if it's a hunt to kill quest, or they if you attack the NPCs, they'll attack back. We have, and it makes the game feel alive in the sense that things that happen in game actions have consequences, right? We're working on so that the NPCs roaming around, if you start shooting, they'll run,
Yeah.
and if asked, they'll give an accurate description of, hey, who was the shooter based off the distance,
Wow.
to the shooter. And it might sound absurd, but these are things that Roblox already has. These are systems that Roblox already provided to creators for devs like us, but a lot of the genre hasn't made use of them.
Yeah.
And we want to take full advantage of everything that we have at our disposal. We want to give the players the realistic Star Wars experience. And what's a realistic Star Wars experience? Well, real life, but with spaceships, right? We want them to
Yeah.
feel like, hey, there's possibilities. The possibilities are endless,
Yeah.
right? Um, and yeah, and we got a great team, especially with the yeah, but especially with the Lord team.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they they know their shit. Pardon my language, but they're on top of it. They know what they know the lore, and we're providing them an outlet to really expand upon it. Say they want to add a new quest, we're gonna give them that outlet to do so. Uh, we're gonna give them that outlet to do so in in game, right? So hey, boom, you can add this quest in game in real time. Hold
Wow.
on, give me 1 second.
All good.
So, Blue, do you have any questions like for yourself as a player?
Um, I was thinking of one, but I think I'm gonna wait for Ancient to get back because
Sure, that's fine.
yeah. Other than that, I don't think I have too many other questions at the top of my
That's
mind
fair.
right now. I'm sure something will come to me later, but yeah.
I'm sure LDS blew you away with his
Yeah,
system.
yeah,
When he
that
started showing that
was
stuff off, I knew he could do it. It's the fact I think he said it before. You said it before that you just find enjoyment in working on the systems.
yeah.
Yeah, just a fun little hobby for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even know that half of that stuff was possible, I'll be honest. I mean, I've seen some pretty crazy games in on Roblox that kind of
yeah.
includes some of those ideas and stuff, but they're not to magnitude, I
Yeah.
would say, that
So
he's been able to do.
Yeah, I think that it's very likely that we're going to be one of the few places where you can actually make your character go crew a capital ship and then
Yeah.
fight in a space battle, watch your fleet get blown apart, and then run
and
away
then you
in
could
an
have
escape
like
pod. You know,
those moments where it's when Vader shows up in Rogue One, he just pops in with the ISD and starts destroying the whole fleet. That'll be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be
Like
sick.
stuff like that.
For
Like
Yeah,
if you
because
get a
you
good
for a
ISD team,
trailer.
I think that you can do really well.
For a trailer, that'd be an amazing scene.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's even functionality in there for you to spawn things like small corvettes out of those
Yeah.
hangars.
Very cool.
He will do like a Krenel showing up and doing his like aura farming.
All right, I think Ancient's back. Is that correct?
I am sorry, guys.
All good. All
It's okay.
good.
Sorry. I have kids.
Yeah, of course. It's all good, bro.
Um. Okay. But yeah, they kind of filled it in perfectly, dude. We want to make this game something that players feel like they don't have to follow a certain path. They don't have to choose one or the other, even though that's the main theme, right? They can play the game and have fun, right? Come in with friends, and just have a good time. That's the main core, and that's kind of what from my understanding, I seen Buck's vision is, while still retaining that Star Wars accuracy.
Yeah, I think a big thing we want is we are open to having casual players, but we also want systems for the hardcore. I want to be taking a lot of time in this community, that type of stuff. So we want to be able to open this up to multiple different types of players. I don't want people just to join the game and then it's their Roblox character in some civilian outfit or no outfit at all, and then they're forced to join a faction. Like I want them to have the individuality to choose to, okay, well I just spawned in, I created my character, maybe I made a Gungan or a Kalish, and you're spawning in on Akiva, which is a starting planet, and you just don't know if you want to join a faction yet. So what you do is you just go and do a mission, or I'm gonna try to work on a job system or stuff like that, to where you can make money and buy your own armor set and go out and do your own thing without having to rely on a faction or anything. Like I think understanding that certain people don't want to take part in a New Republic or a Galactic Empire type of play style that they want to do, and having them be able to do their own thing or join other factions regardless of that is very important to me. So a lot of the systems are able to be, I know that I talked to Ancient about it, that mobile is not a priority.
Yeah, of course.
But he has spoke to me like specifically about mobile. I believe possibly after beta or a little bit after, we'll try to convert our systems into mobile if Ancient thinks that's possible, because I know that there is a player base that's there.
Yeah.
I know LDS, didn't you talk about having some of your stuff mobile compatible?
Yeah, actually, the entire ship system is mobile compatible, specifically against iPad 2 and iPhone 7,
Correct.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, real reason why I brought this up is because a big portion of Roblox players are on mobile. So I just wanted to make
Correct.
sure it was an idea out there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. Most of
And that's
the
why you have like
systems.
these games have millions of players, because it's the ease of access.
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
Okay. So something Roblox may not be well known for, but is definitely a part of game development, is competition. Millions of
Mhm.
games are dumped onto the platform pretty much every day. Some are great, and some are, well, not so good.
Mhm.
From an advertisement standpoint, how can you make sure Echoes of the Empire is able to gain traction and kind of like go into a place where maybe it's not an explosion of growth, but it's like every, like, let's say couple weeks there's at least a couple or a small group of players that join from outside of like other advertisement forms, I would say.
So I'll start it, and I think Ancient will probably hop on.
Yep.
So Ancient and Sloria have like made a multiple games in the past that have massive followings. Like he's talked about, he's got 40,000 people. And when it comes to game development, I think it's gonna be really refreshing having Ancient, as you said before, being so upfront, honest with like expectations of the
Yeah.
game. We have plans with advertising in Solaria's Discord soon. They have their an Echoes of the Empire tab that's about to be filled out.
Very cool.
And we're gonna be sending out
Great.
advertisements on Roblox, and there's multiple Star Wars genre Discords that have been reaching out with their owners to set up stuff. Once we get closer, and once I'm comfortable sharing, like the bigger picture, to have all these people jump in.
Yeah.
And I think a big thing is just the confidence we have in our product. I believe that it'll just spread around to the point where people will be joining based off word of mouth. But obviously, you need to have a push, and we're
Yeah.
playing that push pretty well.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep. I plan on putting my whole community behind it.
Hmm.
Actually, today I'm making an announcement. I was also waiting for another announcement to get written here. That's why it hasn't been posted yet. But
Hmm.
I already have an established community. We've broken over 1 million players in just some of our demo games, and
Wow.
I can't wait to put uh, Echoes on that. Right, I can't wait to put Echoes on the same stage. Get it immersed with a bunch of different platforms. We'll be pushing it out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of
Yeah.
that, and make sure it gets the spotlight it deserves. Um, we understand we do still have to be careful too because it is a Disney IP, but
Hmm.
we're banking that the game has such its has its own atmosphere to the point where it's like, oh, that's negligible. It's not just another Star Wars game, but it's an open experience,
Yeah.
right? And if anything does arise, I will have my team reaching out to the proper channels to make this possibly an official thing. We've done it before, and I'm confident we can set the stage for it,
Yeah.
or at least get some talks going.
Perfect. Okay. Um, that's all I really have for the main talking points I put down.
Okay.
As far as off the top head questions, I would say, I'm trying to think of something real quick because I don't have something immediately available, but um, how can we actually one thing I've been thinking about is other than like of course player to player interactions and NPC interactions where it's like human based characters. I was thinking, how is there maybe a possibility that there's like some sort of other life forms like creatures or something like that that are on planets
Oh
just
yeah.
kind of inhabiting
Oh yeah.
areas of the
Oh
game?
yeah. That's
Oh
already
yeah,
planned. Fauna.
creature
Yeah.
Yes.
NPC.
Perfect. That's
Yeah, we have
amazing.
a hunting system and
Yeah.
Oh,
whatnot to interact with them. Yeah, there's
So
gonna be passive and
Ancient
aggressive.
and his team has made kaiju games in the past, a bunch of monster games.
oh, cool.
So I think they have a lot of experience when it comes to creating the other life forms or the fauna or the hostile creatures that you're going to find around Akiva.
Yeah, like if Hoth ever comes, that would be so funny getting
You
hunted
want to see a
down by
Wampa?
like yeah by a Wampa.
Oh yeah, we can do that. We
Yeah.
can do that.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. And with like the whole other life form thing, like we have a character creator I've kind of pushed out a little bit. I think we've only shown off the Togruta, but we're gonna have multiple different species like Twi'lek Togruta, Rodian. I made my own little Kaleesh I'm gonna add in there.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be doing a Gungan later on because Arthas wants to have it.
Yeah,
And then we have Zabrax, of course,
yeah,
humans. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
so we
more
have a lot of
races could be
species.
added over time too.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be really easy to add in races. And I want to have multiple races.
yeah.
So because that's what Star Wars is. Star Wars isn't just
There's
contrary to certain things that have come out. It's not just a human centric
yeah,
thing. I like the alien species.
yeah, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I don't really have any much else. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time up.
No, you're good.
I know you're very busy. Um, but other than that, I don't really have any other questions I can ask right now.
You
But
don't want to know if you're gonna be a a Sith Lord or something?
Oh, that I didn't even think of that. Well,
No,
am I?
we're taking a very heavy stance on force sensitivity. Like, so at launch, well, at the beta, we're going to be having little to no force sensitivity for right now. Because I mean, at the era, you got to look at it. There's not a lot currently. This is not the Clone Wars. This is not the Old Republic. This is post Return of the Jedi. You have Luke Skywalker. You have Lumaya later on, and then you have Palpatine when he comes back for Dark Empire. So we do also, and I've been drafting up ways for a custom characters to obtain force sensitivity, but it's not going to be like you've seen in different things where it's like you get a percent chance on when you create a character that they just become force sensitive. That's not how I plan on doing it. I'm not going to go in depth on the system, but even if you have a custom character that's been around in the genre for, let's say we get down for 2 years, that character will be able to become force sensitive through ways in game, and it's not going to be like an application that comes out. So, and it might involve a holocron. We'll see.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, actually, what was I gonna say? I just lost it. Damn it! I was thinking about it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so something I know from another Star Wars community, is they're planning, especially for like the rebel side of things, to have, because it's not the same era or anything. It's very Galactic Civil War kind of era, but like undercover type things where you can like go into a civilian morph as a rebel, but still cause the same level of chaos, just in a civilian morph where you're not instantly recognized and gunned down by the Empire. Is there going to be like some sort of stealth system planned for Echoes?
I don't know if we could call it a stealth system. Like how our inventory works is that it's broken up with your helmet, your torso, and your legs. And you could take off, even if you're just a normal stormtrooper, you can take off your morph and switch it for other things. So what you're talking about is possible. However,
I can show off some of the morphs too if you'd like.
Yeah, if you want to, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm
so
for that if you'd like.
Basically, what Buck was saying here, it's like it's feasible. It's not a hey set morph. You're not tied to it, right? It's more so uniforms. Got them lined up here. So helmet, torso, and legs all can be taken off and replaced with some of the civilian morphs or some of the custom morphs. If you want to cover your if you want to cover your head, sure. If you want to be if you're a rebel, or I guess the New Republic, and you want to go into civilian outfits, you will have that option, right? It's not just limited to. I'll get those civilian morphs in here later on, but definitely not just tied down to oh, you're either rebel or empire, right? You can be your own person. These morphs aren't your identity.
It's also important to understand that you can mix and match like everything. So if you, however, I mean, it's going to be depend on how the factions are ran, like how they have their own rules set up, how you can obviously dress your character if you're a part of said faction.
Yeah.
I doubt the Empire is going to want you running around with a helmet on and being like a beach trooper from Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah. Okay. That's about it for me, I would say. Are there any questions you guys have for me?
Are you excited to film videos of Echoes of the Empire?
Sorry, what was that? My dog is being annoying. Hang on.
You're good. I said, are you excited to film your YouTube videos for Echoes of the Empire?
Definitely, most definitely. I have a
I'm
feeling
excited to.
I have a feeling it's probably gonna be one of the most fun I've like games to record and like actually be a part of.
Yeah.
For YouTube standpoint.
I'm very excited for obviously like we're gonna have a ground battle for Akiva, and then we're gonna have a space battle over Akiva, and I think they're both gonna be very cool to watch, especially like because you'll have things in games where it's like this event is happening, you can come and spectate.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be very cool for how interesting it's gonna look from this spectating point of view, like for let's say the ship combat, just watching an ISD burst through like a Rebel Corvette, or watching an X-wing group somehow board an ISD and then going inside the ISD to watch what happens as they possibly fight to take over the bridge. I think it's going to be very cool, very interactive, and I'm very excited for it.
Definitely, yeah. And that's it for the interview. I honestly really enjoyed making this video, editing it, all that good stuff. And most of all, I enjoyed being in a VC with these people, talking about their amazing game. And I really can't wait to be able to play the beta, and I can't wait to have you guys play the beta of this game, which is actually quite soon. By the time of recording this video, by the time I'm recording this video is actually quite soon that the beta is releasing, but probably by the time I actually post the video, it will be even closer to the time of beta release. So definitely suggest checking out the description of this video, as there are links to their Discord server and their Roblox group, which will keep you updated to when the beta is actually releasing, so you can check it out for yourself. And yeah, with that, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.